Hello, we're the Upbeats.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dylan.
And welcome to the No Sleep Til project. This is episode 2. It takes place in Iceland.
On this leg of the journey, we're taking our friends from the UK, Emperor, Culture Shock, and Halogenix.
This is No Sleep Til Iceland.
Cool. Good to go. Yep.
Holy smokes, day 1.
Bit of golden circle.
I'll give you a golden circle, man.
Oh, you beat me to it.
-1, -4. Sick.
Yeah, the whole thing was a madness. We were up by 6 a.m, drove to this little warehouse where they had a load of ATVs, and we just got straight on them and drove around up the side of this mountain. I was screaming at the top of my lungs and like couldn't hear a thing because the ATV's engines were just drowning everything out.
Right. Shh. Just going to capture the sound of Iceland.
I think we got it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, man, it's sick.
This landscape is insane! Oh my god!
Hey, we're in Iceland.
Skidding around on frozen lakes, went to go and see the geysers, and just a whole bunch of mad stuff which you wouldn't see anywhere else in the world, really, other than Iceland. It's just this crazy, desolate, but like infinitely beautiful spot where you're met by blue sky and freezing cold rock, and it's just incredible. I mean, it was probably the most intense 2 days of my life. Flying to a country I've never been before, probably the coldest I've ever experienced, with scenery like you couldn't imagine.
Middle of fucking nowhere, and I find this just ridiculous hot water stream in the mountains. Unreal. So beautiful. And it's just mad that in all of this footage, all of the stuff that we did with Lawrence, all happened in the space of one day. This was one road trip. Absolutely exhausting, but yeah, incredibly inspiring at the same time.
This is my first time in Iceland.
Yeah, this is everyone's first time in Iceland, which is pretty awesome.
The country. I've been to Iceland supermarket many times.
That was day 1. Now it's time to sleep till day 2.
No sleep till day 2.
Can you just mute me?
So while we were working in Reykjavik, we were in a place called Greenhouse Studios, which has hosted all sorts of legends over the years, like Bjork and Brian Eno. Bit of a dream studio, really. Amazing setup, beautiful space, crazy instruments lining the walls and, you know, lying on the ground that you could pick up and kind of play with. It was super cool.
We kind of happened across this main riff which got used in Cronan, and that, yeah, the rest is history, really.
something else.
Don't know why I came here, to be honest.
Fuck this guy.
I just did all the work.
Unfortunately, we all had to go our separate ways as we each had individual shows in Europe that weekend. It was Dylan's birthday and he was off to Wales for a show while I was off to Toulouse in France.
So we were about to board the flight back to Iceland after the weekend of shows, and we found out some really bad news. And that was that the Camo and Crooked guys who were going to be joining us couldn't make it because one of them had become really ill the night before. And they were basically stuck in an airport infirmary and couldn't come over.
Yo guys, this is day not sure. No Sleep Til Iceland continuing. We're here at an unpronounceable waterfall. Unfortunately, we found out on Sunday that our friends Camo and Crooked, one of them had fallen ill, so they were unable to make it. But
yeah, luckily we made some phone calls to the bros and managed to get these fine people on board, Mr. Connor Emperor.
And James Culture Show!
Good morning.
So I got a message late on Sunday from the guys just saying like, "Hey man, do you want to come to Iceland?" And I'm just like, who the hell is this? You know, I thought it was a fake call basically. I just kind of like, all right then, and yeah, it turns out it was them, and yeah, got on a flight the next day.
And they said, "Do you want to come out and hang in Iceland?" And I was like, let me sleep on this. And then woke up the next day, I was like, right, let's go to Iceland.
Being in a spot where you couldn't see anything but snow and ice for miles is insane. You know, it's like writing any music. Some bits of it take forever, and then other bits of the process happen like amazingly quickly. And we came up with the riff within like the first half an hour or something, and that's kind of the solid foundation of the track.
So we're having a little producer battle here. We finally got a loop that we quite liked, and we had it in Ableton. We're like, yes, we're on something, and then it crashed and we lost it, but James recorded it on his phone, so now we're seeing who can recreate it the quickest. The challenge is on. Nice. Ooh. Oh, mate, I've already got you. Done. You've done. No, pretty much. Last note.
No! I mean, you're cheating, you've got a big speaker, so it's distracting me.
That sounds good. Not now though.
That sounds good.
That's good.
As it's really the last hour or the last half an hour, you've come up with something goes, and you're like scrambling to get it done. But it's actually a really good thing because it means you just kind of start putting things down without really agonizing over silly details. So yeah, it's nice.
But I think in the end we've ended up with something we're all really excited about, and that after a day and a half we should hopefully be able to play tonight in the club, which is an awesome result to get a song that's that developed in that short amount of time.
So, while we were here, we were lucky enough to get in the studio with these fine young gentlemen, James and Connor, who is somewhere here. And we recorded the makings of a song, and we thought we'd better share what we created here in Iceland with you guys. This is the beginnings of No Sleep Til Iceland.
Erosion.